Okay, what's up? We got Haley here. She's at the Pride Parade. We got Jorge. He's also at the Pride Parade. So what's going on? Why are you out here?
It's my first Pride, celebrating, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. How do you like it so far? Is it everything you expected and more?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's exciting.
Cool. So explain at least one of your tattoos.
This is from a book series.
Yeah.
It's an angel, but it's like my favorite one. So I was like obsessed with the book series. It helped me through a lot in life. So I was like, gotta get it on my body.
Is it a fantasy series?
Yes.
Nice. Do you read anything else?
No, just fantasy.
Fantasy only. Got it. Okay. So my first question, I don't know if you'll know the answer to this, the pride flag. It is evolving.
Yes.
It now has the brown and the black stripe. This fella didn't know that until today. There's a little confusion. What does the brown and black stripe represent on the newer pride flag?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
Come on!
Trying to find the answer today.
All right.
What does black stripe mean on the pride flag?
Doesn't it mean
Probably. I think it's for people of color.
He's a little weirded out by that.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's for.
Yeah. So I wanted.
Okay, that's what I thought,
That-
but
yeah, I think
we talked to
that's
someone and they gave like a different answer.
So yeah, like my question is, how did that get implemented into Pride? Like, yeah, how is that connected to Pride? That's my question.
Basically, because it's for equality of all people. Doesn't matter. Sexuality. Yeah.
No.
No.
You heard it here first. No.
But no. Yeah. It's basically just because it's not. Pride's for everyone. You don't have to be a part of the LGBTQ if you want to be in it. You can come in and party with people and have a good time. You know.
So what about the black and brown people that are like, well, but I don't support that movement. Why you got me on there?
I mean, then that's their decision.
Just deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, that's their decision. It's
Yeah.
just so that they know they're welcome.
Cool. Well, what is love? I told you this was getting philosophical.
An emotion.
An emotion?
Yeah.
Okay. So, can you have, so like a nice emotion, like you feel like, I feel nicely about this person.
Yeah.
Okay. Can love ever go awry, do you think?
I don't know.
Like the feeling's there, but the actions are like, yeah, that's not love, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So so it seems like there's love, there's the feeling, and then there's some kind of positive action. Like it can't just be, well, you feel whatever you want, and then you feel a nice way and then do whatever you want, and that's not love. There's gotta be some kind of certain actions involved. How do you know what the right actions are that go along with like a nice feeling towards someone to make it love?
It has to be like
No pressure.
a positive reaction, I guess. Like if they're not, you can read people, and if they're not reacting, you're probably not,
Okay.
doing something right. I don't.
Sure. So I have a nice feeling towards Jorge, and then I do some sort of action towards him, and as long as his response is positive, then that's love.
In a way, yeah.
Okay?
Not saying that he is returning that. It just you're showing your love.
Okay. So can you ever imagine a scenario where I have a nice feeling towards Jorge, and I do some sort of action towards him. He responds positively, but you on the outside, you're looking at that and you're like, not love. I get it, he's responding positively, but there's something that's not love. They think it is, but it's not. You see where I'm going, obviously, implications.
I mean, yeah, but if they feel it for each other, then it's none of your business.
So you could say objectively, like you're looking at it and you're like, yeah, it doesn't seem like love, but hey, they're happy.
Yeah.
Like you can still have in your head, I don't think that's love. Like, I don't know, I'm coming up with this on the top of my head, so I'm trying to think of an analogy. Like where, you could just say like abuse, like I'm treating him poorly.
Yeah.
I have a nice feeling in my heart towards him, but I'm objectively, like I'm not treating him right. And he seems to be okay with that, but you on the outside be like, well, that's not right. I don't care if he's like reacting nice, it's still not right.
I mean, you can talk to that person about it, but at the end of the day, it's still their
Stay out
decision.
of it.
It's still their decision, yeah.
So you don't think we should like stand up? Okay, this is gonna, sounds like you're saying we should sort of stay out of abusive situations, like not really speak up for those types of things?
Well, I'm saying that you can talk to I would never talk to the abuser.
Don't they know we're conducting an interview here?
No. But I'm saying don't ever talk to the abuser about it because they'll just I've been abused, so they'll just spin it against you. You'll talk to the person that's being abused, and you kind of just have to let them work through it. And especially if you're not seeing physical abuse, you gotta have to let them work through it if it's just mental. If it's physical, then obviously you're gonna get involved. But if it's the mental side of things, you just have to talk to them and try to show them what is going on. Never talk to the abuser about it, ever, because it'll never end well.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. Abuse sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see where I'm going. There's people that think, the LGBT, the gay lifestyle. They're looking at it from the outside and going, yeah, that's wrong. They're both happy, but there's something about it that's wrong. So how do you determine, like, objectively, what is, what is a true loving relationship? What do you have to go to for like your measuring stick on that?
I mean, it doesn't matter what the gender is involved. If you love someone, you love someone.
But how do you know?
I mean, how do I know? I mean, if people love each other, they love each other. Like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. But
Right, as long as both parties are happy.
yeah,
But sometimes both parties can be happy and there's still something like wrong.
I mean,
How do you know that? How do you know like a gay relationship doesn't fit that like scenario where they seem like it's going well? There's something about it that's wrong because it seems like there are those relationships, abusive relationships or whatever. So why doesn't like a gay relationship fit that criteria?
what do you mean? Because it's not wrong?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Because it's not wrong?
Yeah, but how do you know?
Because it doesn't matter what I think or what anyone else thinks. It's none of your business. Especially if you're trying to coincide abuse with gay relationships. That doesn't coincide together.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're the same. I'm saying the principle, like, there seems like there's some relationships where they're happy, but from the outside it's wrong. So I'm just seeing like where your head is at on why gay relationships is not that way.
It's all amount to your own opinion, and it doesn't matter. And just leave them alone if they're happy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean it's wrong at all
Okay.
in any way,
Okay.
shape, or form.
Okay. So you saw my card. One of our big questions, we're going all over the place, but we're interested in religion. There's some folks we talked to,
I
they're
grew up
a
Catholic.
Lutheran church, and they're out here celebrating Pride. Do you think, and I don't know how much you know about the Bible, but can the claims in the Bible fit with the claims of the LGBT movement, as far as you know?
I mean, not really, but if you still want to be religious, that's also, everyone is equal. You are allowed to practice religion and agree with certain things that are not in the Bible. You don't have to follow it to a T.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So you would say to these folks, like, their religion, they have a religious tradition that's Christian. They need to sort of consciously, like, I don't know if you say like ignore some of the parts of the Bible or say, we're not going to hold to that. So they're Christian, like, flavored, but not like, they're not taking everything in the Bible to be the case.
You don't have to, you don't have to take every single, because if we did, world would be a lot different.
Yeah.
For sure. There's a lot of things in the Bible besides gay that is definitely something we would not want to be practicing in the world. I don't know.
Cool. Like, do you have anything before I continue?
Keep going. Keep going. I'll ask you in a bit. I do have a couple.
I knew you would. Okay, so like what else in the Bible is a deal breaker for you?
I mean, I don't really think about it. Like, I have my own beliefs, but I'm just saying that from growing up Catholic, the things that I've learned, there's a lot of things that I do that are not allowed. Like, I have tattoos and piercings, and my hair is short, and all that jazz. I color my hair. A lot of religions, you're not supposed to color your hair. A lot of religions, if you're a woman, you're not supposed to cut your hair. It's not just the Bible for Christianity specifically.
Do you have a religion? Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
You do? Do you have like do you have a particular religion?
I say I'm Catholic, but I don't really go along. At this point, I just believe in God.
A gay God?
No, God. No,
I thought you said
stuttered.
a gay God.
No, I stuttered. But no, I do believe in God, but I don't go to church.
How do you find out about God? Or like how do you know that you're good with him and he's good with you?
As my mom always said it, like she was very Catholic, but as long as you have your personal relationship and you pray and do your own thing, it doesn't matter. You will always have that bond with him because he hears you.
Okay. I know he wants to ask a question.
Yeah, no. Follow up to that. So, let's say there's a scenario, right? We were talking about just the Bible, how like you can pretty much believe some of the things in there and ignore the ones, I guess, we don't have to follow, right? So let's just say, let's paint that scenario, right? Where let's just say everything's in front of you, Bible's in front of you for the entirety of it, and all the proof that you need is right in front of you. Let's just say that. Okay, let's just say Jesus did come and die for everyone, right? For a sense, and the Bible's 100% true. He's there. He can confront you about it, and he says, okay, all this time, lying, stealing, adultery was wrong, but also was homosexuality and all these other things. Now that that's in front of you, and there's no denial of it, would that be something that you would tell him, well, heck, I might have to just repent and follow you, or do you keep living according to your standards, if that makes sense?
Keep living to my standards. I'll go to hell.
So
That always surprises me. I don't know why.
So really just,
Not afraid.
okay, so just reject it and don't matter the consequences. Okay.
I'm not afraid to go to hell.
So that just always surprises me. So, spoiler alert, I'm a Christian. And when I wasn't, I always thought like, well, you know, in his scenario, I would have said, even when I was not a Christian, I was like, well, none of that stuff's true. It's all bonkers. But like, if it were, yeah, I'd be like, I'd probably want to change my life a little. So that's just, I don't know. We're getting that a lot.
Yeah.
Is there anything else like that you could like, why wouldn't that bother you? Like if that's, you know, was true, Jesus came, he died for your sins, and you just have to like, you know, repent of the things he says are sins and believe, I guess why wouldn't you do that?
Because I am allowed to do what I want. I'm a free person.
Okay. No, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
It's just, yeah.
and it, like, yeah, I'm not afraid to go to hell. I'm not. I don't think anyone truly is. They're just scared. And the thing is like, just live your life. Because who knows what anything is?
You don't think that would suck like a ton?
No.
Okay.
No, that was just my question, because to me, I mean, before I was a Christian too, if somebody were to ask me that, it'd be something I'd have to think about. But I mean, because like when I burn myself here, it hurts a lot. I can't imagine like an eternity there and stuff. So that's why I always ask the question if they're confronted with that, you know, where, okay, it's all laid on the table, it's true, you know. But thanks for the honesty. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, anything else you want to add? Was this as terrible as you thought maybe it would be?
No.
Would you self-identify as wild?
Yes.
Okay, John was right. Wild one here. Okay, thank you so much.
you're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
All right. My name is Jorge. Can you mention your name to the camera?
My name is Noe.
Noe.
Dan,
All right, we're here at the Pride Parade today, guys, and we're here interviewing people about, you know, what's going on here. What brings you in here?
I'm an ally and I support my sister and her friends, so I came here to come and help them out and support them.
Okay, are they in the parade or?
Oh, they were just right behind me having fun.
Oh, okay. So I thought you were alone here. So
No.
you're just here for support then?
Yeah.
Gotcha. You know, yesterday we were actually in a different rally, and there was people actually they were against trans surgeries for children. I want to ask you about that. Is there a certain limit to where this should be indoctrinated to, like, children? Yeah, what are your thoughts on that, I guess?
My thoughts is, it's their choice. If they're old enough to make a choice, then they should make it. If they're more comfortable that way, then that should be fine. I mean, like, however they want to identify or any other way, that's perfectly fine. I don't see no issue with it.
Is there a line you would draw? Like, let's say under 10, maybe there's something we should wait on, or yeah.
I believe maybe until like they hit puberty and understand exactly and are more comfortable with everything. Like, I mean, I think it's perfectly fine, but I mean, maybe like a limit at like 10 years old, 12 years old, because you don't know, like, they are still younger, they're still children, so they don't fully understand everything. So I think when they like grow older and mature, and I think they'll have a better understanding of everything, and maybe they're comfortable with it, maybe not. It's all up to them in the end.
Okay, what about if there's, let's say, a 7-year-old, right? And they're like, heck, I feel like I'm the opposite gender, right? They're wanting to go with it, right? If a parent approves of it, do you think that's a wise choice, or should the parents really say, hold off there, bud. Let's think about this for a couple years.
I think if they sat down and talked about it prior or at that moment and waited a few years, I think that should be fine. But I mean, if they talked about it and they agreed to it, then yeah, I mean, if they gave consent, then I think that should be fine.
Even for a 7-year-old, even if they, because their minds could change, you know, they're children, like we said earlier. So if the parents okay and they want to go through with it, that's fine. They shouldn't try to like, well, I know we both want this, but maybe you should wait. Or do you think, heck, if the parents say so, even if they're 7, that's all right?
I think personally, like all in my opinion, of course, I think they should wait off on it. But I guess it depends on everyone's mind and perspective and everything. But personally, me, I would recommend waiting, wait a few years, wait till you get more comfortable, like I said, and mature enough. What are your thoughts on it?
My thoughts on it? Well, on the whole children thing, I mean, I believe that for a decision like that, I mean, for example, we don't allow people to buy alcohol until they're 21 just because we tend to make dumb choices as teenagers. You know what I mean, right? And so with things like this, a life-changing decision, I think it's something that an adult is, you know, if adults want to go ahead and do what they want, you know, they're adults. They know what they're getting into and the repercussions. As for a child, I don't think they have the mental capacity to make such decision. I believe they should pretty much wait till, you know, they're grown up enough, and if they so want to do that, they do have the free will to do so.
Yeah.
Is that fair enough?
That is fair enough. I mean, I believe that they do need to develop and understand it. So like I said, you know, with maturity-wise, yeah, I think they should wait. It's recommended. I would recommend waiting, but like I said, it's probably more on them. You can't really interfere with another family's decision, you know. Like, personally, if it was my kid, I'd probably recommend waiting and let them grow enough and understand. But if not, then, I don't know. It really just depends on every person and their family.
Okay, good. So I wanted to ask you about, you know, the people we interviewed yesterday. They obviously were against the trans surgeries and all that, right? We talked to them, and a lot of them kept saying, like, we love these people. We're just here because they're, you know, we want to show them the love of Jesus, that there's a better way and whatnot. So really, they're just really concerned for the people's well-being after this life, you know, the afterlife and stuff. Do you think that's a genuine concern on their part, or do you think they're really not concerned? Is it legitimate that they could love these people and feel concerned for them because they're just worried about the afterlife, or do you consider that a homophobia? Like, we talked to some other people that consider that homophobia, even if the other people were really trying to do it just for the sake of love for them.
I believe that you can do that. I think you can believe in them, but also worry about them as well. Like, you know, you can have faith in someone. You know, we all have those friends who make dumb choices. You have faith that they're gonna make the right thing, but it's not always the right thing. So I believe that they could do that and point it in the right direction. They could attempt, but like I said, you know, like if they tried pointed you in another direction, it's all in the end up to you. It's all up to your choices and what you decide and what you bring up to the table and what you put your final input on.
So pretty much what I'm understanding, if a Christian were to come and talk to one of these LGBT people, they're not, you know, being aggressive to them, but they're like, hey, I'm concerned, you know, for the afterlife because I believe, you know, there's a hell and all that, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just concerned for you, and I wouldn't tell you that Jesus is the only way. That's not hateful at all, in your opinion?
I mean, it depends on how they come at it and the approach. Approach always matters. You know, they come at it in a nice way and a rude way, and that's what will do the final decision. And they will like spark up the conversation like that. But I personally think it could be a bad way, but it could be a bad way. If someone came up to me and I was going the other direction, then I would say like, I would just ask for his opinions and his thoughts and hear him out and see how the conversation goes, you know. Mm-hmm. And then I'll just put my input in on it, and then they will both be talking it out and see what it is like, you know, and no like hate or any disregard like that. So I personally believe, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No. Thank you. Personally, are you a person of faith in anything? I mean,
yeah, I do have I am a Christian and I do believe in all that.
You're a Christian?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So is there a certain church or denomination you attend?
Not really. Not right now. For work, I travel all over, so I haven't had the chance to go through like one specifically all the time. But growing up, there was, yeah.
Cool. Okay, so a question of the day. I'm glad we got you because we wanted to talk to a Christian that supports us. Okay, so can the Bible and all the teachings in its entirety, can that be reconciled with LGBT ideology? So pretty much you're taking the Bible as a whole and LGBT thoughts. Can they be reconciled, or are they just contradictory to each other?
I guess it depends on how you look at it and how you come about it, because I believe, the Bible's written by man in the end, and people are really strict on the Bible, and some bend it over any other way. Everyone has different beliefs. If you're a hardcore Christian, I believe that it would be contradicting. But if not, I think it'd be fine. But like I said, it's everyone's opinion. Everyone has their own thought on it, and it just depends on how everyone comes approach it and everything else.
So you think that the Bible's not explicit on the LGBT or the homosexuality, LGBT, or is it pretty explicit? For you to let's say so the question is, for you to be a Christian, be okay with this, do you have to sweep under the rug a few of those texts in the Bible?
I believe so. I believe that quite a people do. There's a lot of stuff. If you actually go by the Bible and live by it, then there's a lot of stuff already going on that's not even allowed. And so for them to, I feel like people will sweep specific stuff only for the face of the public or anything else like that. So I believe it just depends on the person, but yeah, I believe you are going to have to sweep some stuff under, unless you're not a hardcore Christian and you're not one in a strong belief like that, because even so already, they're already sweeping stuff under. So it just depends.
Personal question for you. You said you're a Christian. Are you a 50-50 Christian, or do you 100% believe that Jesus is God? Where are you at on that?
I am a 50-50. I believe Jesus, there's the Son of God. I believe all that, and I do believe that He's there for everyone, no matter what. I believe He makes all love equal and everything like that. I have nothing against anyone else. I think it's truly just everyone's personal belief, everyone's take on religion. Some people think religion is fake, some people don't. Some have a strong belief in it and some others don't. So I just really do think it depends on how they all look at it.
Okay, thought-provoking question for you. I can't wait to hear you on this. So, okay, let's just put the Bible on the stance, right? Let's just say for a moment, the Bible in its entirety, including the texts that talk about homosexuality, lying, stealing, everything, right? Let's just say all the proof is that you require for you to believe the whole thing, it's there. Jesus is the true and only God. Let's just say that scenario for a little bit, right? He's the only way, He's the only God, the Bible's 100% true. He tells you, hey, lying, stealing, adultery, fornication, all of that's wrong, but so is homosexuality, idolatry, everything was wrong all along. I want all my people, I want everyone to repent and trust in me for forgiveness of sins. With all the proof in front of you, you have a choice here. Do you reject the proof, all of it, and you reject Jesus and keep living according to your own standards, or do you analyze and say, you know what, I was wrong, I might have to really change for Jesus? If you were put on that spot, what would you do?
My question is there are we starting where Jesus comes up to the podium right now, at my age right now, or do I do it with him firstborn or younger, or what's the scenario?
No, so the scenario really is that it doesn't matter what proof you require, whatever it is, whatever proof you need, it's there. The Bible's 100% true. Jesus is 100% the only God. You're pretty much, there's no doubt in your mind that Jesus is God. And there's no doubt in your mind that, okay, He thinks homosexuality is wrong. He thinks adultery, fornication, lying, stealing, all those things are wrong. All of it's wrong. It was wrong all along. It's 100% there for you. There's no doubt in your mind. Do you sweep that under the rug and reject Him and deal with the eternal consequence of that? Or do you repent, trust in Him, and live differently for Him?
I believe no matter what, everyone's narrow, everyone has their own mind, everyone has free will, so I believe that no matter what, in the end, like you said, there's lying, adultery, and all that stuff that's counting already. So I believe no matter what, people are going to put stuff under the table, rug it off, and go on their own free will. They're going to believe Jesus, personally. I know He was there, I know He would be there, so I know that for a fact that, Christianity in that scenario would be true. But, for the fact of, I guarantee everyone here does like speeding, something like that, and they disregard that as obeying the law, obeying the rules. So that's already right there one example of it being pushed under. So I believe every person has their own free judgment to push specific ones under and do their own free will. So I personally would push stuff under, like I would be okay with them being like how the people are right now, and then I would still, like I obviously speed and everything, so I push specific stuff under the table as well.
So if I'm understanding, you would just say, sorry, Jesus, I'm gonna do it my way still.
Yeah, but I'll still fully believe in Jesus because I still believe in the Bible and everything like that. But I am gonna put my own input and my own free will and do it my way still. But it may not be like be on His eyes, but it's still I still have faith in Him and trust Him, and that's how it'll be.
Okay. So even if He says this is preventing you from reaching me, let's just say, hey, there's a gap between us, and this gap is that you're still imposing your own personal belief over me. Is that if it comes down to it, it's like it's either me or this world, and this world's ideology and all of that. Because I mean, when we look in the Bible, it says that like the world is the enemy of God, because they, we stranded to our own ways and to our own desires, and that he's the opposite pretty much. He's righteous, holy, and stuff. If he were to confront you about that, would you just reject him at that point, as you said, and deal with the eternal consequence? Because obviously we're not dumb here. We know that the Bible talks about eternal hell, right, for everyone who doesn't repent and trust in him. So yeah, is that something you would just sweep under the rug and I'll deal with the eternal consequences if that's what it's going to do?
Well, as like it says, like the Bible, God is almighty and all understanding. So as long as, if it says it by the Bible like that and He's understanding, then He will understand the ways that I chose and He'll understand the way I picked it. And I believe that you guys can have a foolproof conversation if He's there with you and put your inputs. And He might not like it, you might not like His answer, but He can't force you to believe in His own ways, because I'll go against His beliefs as well. So in the end, it's really up to anyone and their choice, because He cannot force you to do it, else He's going against His own ways, and I'll just put Him as a false. So if He wants to stay true and all powerful and almighty, that's how it must be. And I think I would personally go my own way, and if that's the gap, then that's the gap. You created for yourself, you made your own choice, and you're happy with it if you did it by yourself.
Well, thank you for the honesty and the directness. Do you have anything else?
I work in schools with 3rd and 4th graders. Do you think LGBTQ issues, lifestyle, etc., should be taught in schools, or?
I believe it should be up to the school's board. If this world already how it is. Some states allow it, some states don't allow it. So I feel like it should be more of the people's choice. And if all people are okay with it, then I believe that it should be done. But if all aren't okay with it, then it should not be done. I think it should be still a people's choice. And I think that if you guys all agree to, letting that be a thing, like the same thing with what he's saying with obviously some public schools don't allow the Bible to be taught. So, and some kids there are Bible, they go to church, they go to 4-H and all the holy stuff, and Christian camps and everything, and they still attend a public school. And they don't have any complaints, so I believe that if they all agreed on it and they all wanted to, they could teach the Bible the same way as teaching that LGBTQ and all that awareness to them. And I believe if it's going to be like a free world, I feel like they should, because every person can understand each other and understand their ways and won't be so judgeful as much.
So, would you say if they were, let's say they're all okay with it being taught, they should also be okay with the Bible being taught, or just?
I feel like that's two different whole subjects. So if they're okay with teaching the Bible and they talk it over the same way they do it with the LGBTQ, and they both agree on it as well, then it could be taught. But if they're not, then it shouldn't.
If you could guess what I am, what do you think I am? I guess religion-wise.
Are you Christian?
I am, but I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum than you. I respect people, obviously, but I couldn't sweep under the rug the proof that I saw. I mean, it's out there. I couldn't sweep it under the rug. To me, it's I couldn't imagine, eternality that way. So that was just me. But no, I appreciate it. Do you have any last comments or concerns at all, or?
Oh, nothing. I'm glad that you understand and you do like understand each perspective and you get to know both of them and you have no hate towards it. So that's good for you. Appreciate it.
No, yeah, no. I just, like I said, I'm one of those people that just loves the people and, just genuinely concerned for them. But I will never treat them less than anyone else. So, yeah, I appreciate your time and thank you for coming out. I appreciated this interview with you.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on here. Have a good day.
Yep, you too.
Nice to